What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my Canna Platinum Trophy walkthrough. So here we are in the Forgotten Forest. We're going to wrap things up in this area in this episode. So first things first, where we left off in this last episode, right before the switch, you're going to want to pulse because we have cleared all 4 of the shrines. What this does is it triggers a boss encounter right away. What I like to do is I like to spam him with arrows right before he even gets to you. His first attack's gonna be a dive attack. Roll straight through it and you should avoid it. He's gonna have kind of an arrow weak spot. I've seen it in different spots. Right now it's in the back of his arm. I've also seen it kind of in like the middle of his back too. So it really just depends on what you see. He can be quite aggressive. I find that it's generally easier to roll through his attacks because he does that jumping attack at you. And I find that it's generally easier just to roll through his attacks. Like hold forward and then just dodge. And if you're locked onto him, you should dodge the vast majority of his attacks, just like you're seeing right now. I do have a rot ability. I'm going to get a couple hits in. He is very susceptible to Rot Hammer, so I'm going to go ahead and do one. And you see how much damage that did. I've almost got another one. Once I get my second node, I'm just going to spam some arrows real quick, and I have that second node, do another Rot Hammer, and he'll be done. So he's not that hard of a boss, as you can see. His attacks, when they do land, they do quite a bit of damage, and there's not a healing node anywhere in this boss fight. So you have to do it on 1 health bar. And if you don't manage, you're going to respawn right there. So once you beat him, you want to go in here, use your rot, and then use your pulse to take care of the dead zone heart. I don't know what I was thinking. It's kind of late right now. I'm going to be making up words probably during the stream. So I apologize in advance.
We leave offerings at the Guardian Tree, asking it to protect the ones we love. Taro left this for the children. He must have been so scared when he lost them. Many of the offerings here were placed by the first village leaders, skilled hunters who use spirit energy to create powerful weapons. I'm sure the Guardian Tree won't mind if we use them to help Taro.
All right, so we just got another relic here. So we've got 2 of 3 relics. For Taro. So that's all that we can do here. What we can do next is, we got some more rot too from killing that boss. So what we need to do now is we need to head back to this lantern cave. You can warp to here and run the other way. I mean, it's not that much shorter. I just prefer, for whatever reason, to run this way because before we get to this next boss, this is actually a boss that we're going to fight pretty much straight away once we get to that area. And this is a boss that I am going to get a trophy on called the Return to Sender trophy. And this is a very specific combat-related trophy that you only have a few opportunities to get in this game because it involves fighting a certain enemy called a mage. And so you see this auto save is going to happen right here. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a manual save right here because if you miss your opportunity to get this trophy here, this is, in my opinion, the easiest trophy. So I'm just going to save in this empty slot. This is, in my opinion, the easiest spot to get this trophy. You are going to, so this trophy has to be gotten against an enemy called a mage. And there are a few of them throughout the game. This is the first time you encounter one. However, this is, I think, the only time that you encounter one by themselves. The other encounters with mages feature other enemies, and so the only way to get this trophy is against the mage enemy. So that's why I suggest creating a manual save right there. So if you don't get it here, you can just reload your save and try again. I'm going to show you exactly how to get it. So you see right when you run through here, the mage spawns right away. You don't get a chance to do anything else. So lock on right away. What I do is he'll summon in some other baddies. What I do is I run clockwise. And so that thing, that big red orb that you see in the middle of the screen right now, even though it's paused, is a bomb. And so how you get this trophy is you have to parry at just the right time and send the bomb back to him with your parry. And to get the trophy, you have to get the kill shot by doing just that. So why I'm running clockwise is you can see I outrun the bomb, and he's actually shooting another one at me. If you keep about this distance from him, he's just going to keep shooting the bombs at you over and over again. He does have other attacks if you get closer, but the reason why I'm running I say to run clockwise is because you see I'm outrunning these bombs, and it's very difficult to judge the distance when they're coming straight at you. So what I like to do is like to run, pause, and then parry right as it's about to hit you. And so the reason why I like to run clockwise is because you can see right when it's about to hit you. And so you see that when you do the parry, if you time it at the exact right moment, it does damage to him. You're not going to kill him in one hit by doing this. And I will say, I know I'm making the parry look easy. The timing did take me a while to get. And you see he does heal, which is, it's kind of scummy, but, it is what it is. So what I do here is I do a rot hammer right after he heals. And you're going to want to keep up the same strategy. And this one might, the next parry that I get might actually kill him. So once he heals up, do a rot hammer and then run around and see if you can get another parry on him. He's sitting in kind of an awkward spot, so I can't be running like continuously. This one might kill him. Nope, so I got to get one more. And as I said, you can do regular attacks to kind of whittle his health down. There we go. This one will get him. And this should get the trophy. There we go. Return to sender trophy. So what you can do is you can whittle his health down. Just make sure you do not kill him. You have to get the kill shot with that bomb parry in order to get that trophy. And that is one of the trickier trophies to get in this game, I will say. It is easily one of the more tricky trophies to get, which is why I suggest creating a manual save right before this fight, because if you accidentally kill him by hitting him, let's say you do a rot hammer and that kills him, then that way you can actually restart the fight with your manual save and try again. There are a few more mages you're going to fight later on in the game, but as I said before, this is, in my opinion, the easiest one to get. So let's talk to Rusu.
I don't know what corruption waits for you in the Lantern Cave, but I suspect Taro's spirit will fight to the end.
So there we go. Rusu opens up the path ahead so we can finally go through here. This path was blocked off to us from before. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an immediate right. And right here we've got a rock with a rot underneath. So let us pick up this rot. So we're up to 41 now. So there's some corruption here. We can't do anything about that right now. What we're going to do now is we're going to climb up these ledges. That's going to take us to the next part that we need to get to here. So someone came out and conveniently painted all of these climbable ledges white just for us. At the fork, we're going to take a left. And this is going to trigger another memory. I believe this is the last memory in this area.
Marked on this old camping gear.
And as I said, the memories do not give you a trophy, but the memories are useful because they do give you experience points and they give you a little bit of a glimpse into the story. So, so we're going to break this dead zone heart. This one's a freebie. This one doesn't come with an encounter. So, and up here is the memory just waiting for us, and we can, as with the other ones, activate it with our masks. So each one of these memories gives us a tiny little glimpse into what happened all these years ago, the tragedy that struck this area, and why all of these people that we're encountering are actually spirits. Okay, so what we're going to do is once you get to this spot, you see there's a little forest tier thing here that you can't do anything with yet because there's not the actual tier there. So you want to look up here. And actually, no, it's this one. Here we go. And you follow the little wispies as we have in the past, and you want to shoot all of them. And now this one gives us our forest tier. So of course we're going to use our rot, move it over here. All right. So now we can get ourselves our rot dragon here. And the first one we're going to clear is the corruption over here to the left. Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. My bad. I pressed L1 instead of R1. Oopsie. There we go. That's what we want. So now this path is opened up to us. And this takes us to a meditation spot. So we, of course, are going to meditate. And as with the other ones, this one increases our health bar. And, of course, there is a trophy for getting all the meditation spots. So not only do we want the health, we also want the trophy. So we're going to be getting all of these. So we'll, let's see, we'll go back to our forest tier here. Clear the corruption. All right, thank you, sir. So here we have an encounter. So there's 4 of them right by. There's these 4 enemies right next to each other. There is a trophy for using the bind multi-shot ability, which we got in a previous episode. It's an ability that you get on the ability tree, and how it works is you bind an enemy and then shoot them with your arrow, and then the arrow splits. So there's a trophy for using the bind multi-shot and then having the split arrow hit 3 additional enemies, which if you think about it requires 4 enemies. There's the one that you need to bind, and then there's the 3 additional enemies that the split arrow needs to hit. So I'm gonna try to do that here. So I'm gonna bind this one. Let's see, I want them to gather together. There we go. I'm going to bind this one and shoot. You have to shoot the bound one. And then you see there, since there were 3 enemies nearby that split arrow hits, I just got the Bowmaster trophy. So that's something that you're going to want to get if you're going for all of the trophies for Platinum. You're going to want to get that bind multi-shot trophy. And here we've got another encounter. Nothing too terrible. Let's see, these guys, a fully charged arrow to the weak spot, gets them in 1 hit. And you see we've got this thing up here. We can shoot it, actually, to get our forest tier up in here. All right, so let's get our rot dragon out. And we can clear up these leaves. There's actually a rot under there that we can't get yet because we're still technically in encounter mode. So we need to clear out this corruption so we can get back here and finish up this encounter before we can go back and get that rot. So and again, that bind multi-shot trophy that we got, the Bowmaster trophy, you can get that at any point in the game. I just wanted to go ahead and get that since we had unlocked that ability. So that's the end of this encounter, I believe. So let us blow up this dead zone heart here and revive the area. But let us not forget to go back and get our rot that's hidden under this log here. All right, so number 42. And we'll get this rot bush while we're here. The berry bush. So we've got quite a bit of experience points here. So as I said, yeah, the bind multi-shot, the Bowmaster trophy that we just got requires this move that we got in a previous episode. There's actually, we'll go ahead and get the rot infused arrow move. There's actually a trophy that's related to the rot infused arrow. So if there's a trophy that pops if you hit, I believe it's at least 3 enemies at one time with a single rot arrow. So we'll be getting that one later too at some point. So yeah, there are some abilities here that have trophies tied to them. So we just got the one that's tied to that one, to the bind multi-shot move. So we, at some point in the rest of this, or throughout the rest of this playthrough, we are going to get the rot infused arrow trophy as well. So for now, we're going to use this dragon tier, and we want to clear the corruption at the end of this path. Straight ahead. And there is a flower shrine right here, so interact with that. So now we are going, now that we've got this flower shrine, that's pretty much everything we can get up here. If you circle back around this way, that takes us back to where we were before. You know, we activated that forest tier, then down that path was the meditation spot that we got. So there's nothing else for us up here except to go down through here into the lantern cave. So you can use your pulse to get you know, the money gems from these glowing lanterns, or you can use your bow and shoot them. So yep, this is a pretty linear path. You just got to go down here and just follow the way. There's no way to get lost, and there's really nothing of note to get down here, except for, you know, we have this checkpoint here, but that pretty much pops automatically. And this looks like a perfect place to fight a boss, don't you think? So we got the Shrine Guardian. He's got a couple of weak points. I'm going to go ahead and Rot Hammer him. And the Rot Hammer doesn't do, you know, a ridiculous amount of damage on this guy. This would actually be a pretty good spot to get the Bind multi-shot trophy that we got earlier, because you see all these enemies around here. I'm just kind of taking care of his weak spots. And you see when he bends over like that, he leaves his Dead Zone Heart exposed. And if you have a Rot action, you can use that on him. And it does a lot of damage, and it stuns him. So I'm just going to beat him with some Rot Hammers, and while he's still stunned, get some more hits on him. Before I kill him, I want to showcase some of his attacks. You know, he's got that charge attack. Much like the boss that we fought at the very beginning of this episode, dodging through his attacks is generally a pretty safe way to dodge his attacks for the most part. And of course, at the beginning of this encounter, I shot most of his weak points. And then again, once he opens that Dead Zone Heart on his back, you want to use your Rot immediately to blow that thing up, and it does a lot of damage to him, and it stuns him. So really not much to write home about with this boss. His bark is a lot more than his bite. As you know, as long as you know kind of how to approach him, it's not that bad. I generally ignore the smaller enemies that he spawns. They're more of a nuisance than anything else, but anyway, not too bad of a fight. All right, so we got the third and final relic from Taro's quest. So yes, we got the Lantern Relic. So now if we check out our mask, you see that we've got 4 out of 4 memories, and we've got the 3 relics. So we've pretty much completed his mask, and for our trouble for this fight, we get 3 more Rot, taking us up to a total of 45. So I'm gonna get these berries. Get this moolah. I think there might be some more berries in here too. Nope, just more money crystals. So now we're just gonna climb out of the cave here. Up these ledges that of course are conveniently painted white to show us that we can climb on them. Oops, I want to go up. There we go. I was pressing X, but it wouldn't let me climb up. Okay. So you see here, there's this lantern on the ground. Well, here's Taro. He's looking for his little brothers, and poor guy.
Right over there.
So you can pick up this lantern and use our Rot to move it. And we can move it right here. You see the little glowing pedestal? All right, so we have this glowing blue orb, so you know what to do with these. Shoot, follow the wispies, and these are timed. You can kind of hear that the timer clicking. Kind of the sound effect. It's hard to hear, but it is there. So you want to follow these wispies around. Don't be shy. You're not really missing much by not exploring at this point. Where is the last one? Is it? No, it's around here. There it is. All right. Hopefully I don't run out of time here. Oh, is it? It went around here. Okay. Here we go. Now we got it. So blow up the Dead Zone Heart. Cleanse the area. The rainstorm magically disappears.
I found Taro's lantern. He must have lost it searching for the children.
Bring the relics to the fallen tree. It's time to help Taro find peace.
Okay, so in this area, if you look off to the left up these stairs, there's going to be a treasure chest here. Let's open it up for a hat, the pine cone hat. Okay, so if we check this out, we've got everything in this area. The Forgotten Forest is totally done. We've done everything. We've gotten all the relics. We've got all of our, checklist items here for trophies and whatnot. So that's all we can do here, folks. It's been a good journey. So let's just drop down here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to head to the warp point, pretty much right where we started this episode. Right by where that boss was that we fought to start things off. I'm going to check my map. Yeah, it's just down this path here. So we're going to use this to warp back to Taro's tree is where we're headed. Right here, you see this is our waypoint for where we're going next. Let's warp back to Taro's tree. And here we are at Taro's tree. So I'm going to cut this episode here. We've got some fun stuff in the next episode. Let me tell you, I'm really looking forward to it, actually. So it'll be good times. But anyways, as for this episode, I'm going to cut it right here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you stick around for the next one. There's a lot going on in the next episode, and you'll just have to wait and see. So anyways, good times. I'll catch you next time. Take care.